So when Moshiach comes, Shemona Esre is going to change. In the end of Torah of Parshas Vayigash, the Alter Rebbe says, speaking about the special Sheva brachas that are recited in honor of a marriage, that there's a bracha that says, Mesameach Chosan v'Kala, where the Chosan and Kala are equal. He says this refers to today's day and age. In mystical terminology, the Kala represents the notion of Malchus, or regality, royalty, and it receives from what's called Zah. Those two are considered the masculine and the feminine aspects of the divine persona. Well, the Asid Lavai, but when Mashiach comes, then the bracha is Misameach Chasan im HaKala. Now the Kala no longer receives from the Chasan, but rather she is an equal benefactor. And that's why we say Meheira Yeshama. May it happen speedily that we should hear the sound of Chasan v'Kala. And that's why in today's day and age, the Alter Rebbe says, the Chasan gives a ring, he makes the declaration, the Kala is quiet. When Mashiach comes, the quiet Kala will be a thing of the past. The Alter Rebbe goes on to say that this is the meaning of what says, Ne'elamti dumia, silence, quiet. This is what punctuates the notion, ki ilam le'eftach piv, like a person who can't speak, the mouth isn't opened. And he says this will all change in the future, koil chasan v'koil kala. The Alter Rebbe says something incredible. From this we can understand that in the future, Shemona Esre will change. Today, Shemona Esre, which represents Malchus, is done silently. Avala asid kishetis ala. When Malchus rises, yiyeh Shemona Esre b'koil ram. We'll be shouting the Shemona Esre out loud. The Rebbe says that although we could easily take the Alter Rebbe's words as a source in and of themselves, it's most likely that there's a previous source for this. It had to have been written somewhere. The question is where. Incredibly, the Rebbe directs us to a Zohar. The Zohar in Parshas Vayigash speaks about the sound of prayer of Rachel Imenu. And it says, Kol Barama Nishma, that a voice is heard on high refers to Rachel, and he says that this refers to Alma Da'asi, the future world. Immediately prior, the Zohar is actually talking about prayer, and it's talking about the level of Malchus. In fact, in the Hagos and the glosses of Rav Levi Yitzchak, the Rebbe's father, it clearly explains how the Zohar makes a distinction between the idea of Shemona Esre, of prayer, emphasizing that the three languages used are all specific to the concept of tefillah, which represents the idea of Malchus. And so, it turns out, as the Rebbe's father explains the Zohar, that this idea, articulated fully in Torah is actually based on a Zohar, and when Mashiach comes, together we'll be shouting Shemona Esre, may it happen speedily and in our days. Amen.